Like, of course, I'm gonna have final say on everything we do because I'm the one paying. The way a lot of men think when it comes to finances.
You cannot hold men to a standard that you yourself do not meet.
If he provides for me, he's a good husband, he's loyal, everything, he's good to our kids. What more could you ask for in a man?
Now, I'm not saying do all of the things, but ain't nothing wrong with giving a preview.
You just give yourself to a low-effort man. He will run you into the ground.
Girlies, why are we still comparing ourselves to objects in 2025?
Dad get the biggest piece of chicken when all he did was go to work.
Dismiss the fact that this man is the only one making the money for the whole house and putting food in the kids' mouth.
And literally in front of the therapist, he goes, well, I just feel like if I'm the one paying for most of the dates and I'm the one paying for most of the activities that we do, then my opinion should just matter more. Like, of course, I'm gonna have final say on everything we do because I'm the one paying. And that's literally all I needed to experience for me to understand the way a lot of men think when it comes to finances in a relationship.
It's not just men, sweetheart. It's not just men, it's you too. If you were financing a man's life or financing every date you and this guy went on, and one day you wanted tacos and he wanted barbecue, and you were the one picking him up in your car and taking him on the date and paying for the date, you would be like, actually today we just gonna get tacos. Now imagine him throwing a fit like, but I want barbecue. It would take everything in you to just be like, just imagine that. Just a real simple example. I want tacos, you want barbecue, right? This is the dilemma. I pay for every day. I pick you up for every day. I'm Mr. Gentleman. Today I want tacos, today you want barbecue. If you have a brain, you wouldn't even think to question what he said he wanted. But let's just say hypothetically you do. You said, well, no, I want barbecue. Would he be wrong for saying, then you pay for the barbecue? Because that would turn a lot of women off. End of the day, if I'm doing everything, planning the date, picking you up, paying for the date, I have more say. Y'all want a benevolent patriarchy. You want that man to lead, to pay for everything, to hold all the doors open, to lay his life down if he has to protect you. And also, you want equal say. That don't make no damn sense. He's right. He should have more say if he's the one paying for everything. Where else in life is that not correct? Please tell me. Where else in life is this person paying for everything and the other person who's being paid for it, they have just as much say? Where else in life does that make sense? I got a car. I paid for the car. I put gas in the car. I paid the insurance in the car. And you think you got just as much say as me with my car? I own the company. I started the company. I fund the company. I run the company. I do the jobs for the company. And you think you got just as much say over the control of my company than me? Come on.
And literally in front of the...
Well, everybody knows what it is. That's why I named the title what I named it. They want 1950s men in 2025 freedom.
Make it make sense.
That doesn't work. And you have to make it make sense. Seriously. Like, what are you doing for him? Like, really? What are you providing him? What kind of softness is that? Because back in the 50s, if the man was doing that and you were going out to eat with him, he may give you an opinion. But to be brash and, to talk like, and not talk like, but I'm sure you have that attitude like, because you wouldn't be explaining it right now, right? Consider everything I'm saying. Exactly like he explained. The man is like, no, I'm paying the bill. That's how anybody will feel. But look, ladies, this is 2025. But if a man is not providing everything, but still taking you out to eat, because that's what's happening. Men are taking, every time you go out to eat, men are paying. He may not be paying all of your bills, but he's paying for all of your food. He's paying your way. Men provide more than you ladies know. It's never 50-50.
Real talk alert.
What's making dating so difficult is that women are still unknowingly perpetuating patriarchal ideas when they want a more modern relationship. So I don't care if you want a traditional relationship or if you want a modern day one. But the problem is when you come with such high expectations, wanting both. So a lot of women break the mold of traditional households or dynamics. Like, I'm the boss, I have my own business, I make my own money, I have my own opinions. That is great. You have broken the mold. You better be giving potential partners the same grace. So you're probably not going to be as feminine as women were in the past. So you better be okay with the men you might be dating not being as masculine as they were, because the expectations that people have with men being financial providers and, you know, being able to lead in relationships and be gentlemen and have this chivalrous behavior, those are all ideas and concepts created and perpetuated by the patriarchy. Probably more positive ones, but what people are doing is that they're nitpicking what they like and don't like and treating it like it's a buffet. It's not a buffet, because if you make $300,000 a year, you don't need a man to make more money. You can desire a man to make more money, and that's okay. But you cannot hold men to a standard that you yourself do not meet. And so if you want them to be more traditional and you're not traditional, it is hypocritical. Men have become more passive and more feminized than they have in the past because the conditions aren't set up for them to succeed as easily as they used to. The common man cannot support an entire family off of an average income. It's just not possible. And so while women were developing more skill sets, developing more masculine traits, men were kind of getting a reality check where I am being invited to a level of masculinity that hasn't been required before because the bar has been risen. So a lot of men are struggling to step up and meet those expectations. But if you don't want a traditional life, if you don't want to be a trad wife, that is totally okay. The old paradigm hasn't completely eroded yet. A lot of people still want that, and that's fine. But if you don't want that, you need to be able to adjust your expectations to something new. Relationships aren't going to look like what you're used to. There's a lot of conditioning that women don't know they still have that are perpetuating these things that they claim they don't believe in and that they don't want. There's a lot of modern day feminists still being provided for by a man. Those actions aren't aligning with the belief system. And there's a lot of like hyper independent, business babes that want more traditional setup, but they have a hard time delegating decisions or letting go of control and being able to be more flexible. So when it comes to modern day dating, you better know yourself because it requires a lot of knowing yourself and identifying your strengths and weaknesses. Modern day relationships looks like, hey, I'm really good in this area, so I will make decisions in this area. You're really good in this area, so you make decisions in that area, and then we'll come together for the rest. You need to be able to know yourself though. You need to be able to be independent, but also emotionally available to have those conversations. Because what people tend to do is like the moment a partner brings something up that requires them to change, they will like summon like irrelevant, illogical arguments out of thin air. Oh no, you're trying to control me. You're trying to suppress me. I'm an independent woman. Oh wait, you better be providing for me. Like the next day they're like, oh, you better be providing for me and you better be doing X, Y, Z. So they're manipulating and they're weaponizing like old traditional setups to like modern day dating. Like there is no consistency. This is why I'm saying know yourself.
That's what we have. And a lot of you need to stop doing it, right? Because men, that's what men are saying. They're saying this line until the sun burns out, right? Till there's no more sun. How can you want a 1950s man and you want 2025 freedom too? And it's not like men are trying to lock you down. But it doesn't make sense. That's why they all want a man to make more money. That's why they all can never be tried wives because they don't know how to cook and clean. A lot of times, it has to be an import, a lady from a Spanish country or from one of those European countries or even from the Philippines, something like that. And I gotta say this. There are white women, even black women that are in the US that are traditional. So I'm not taking away and saying all women, but modern women. Yeah, there are a lot of modern women out there. Let's continue.
A lot of men right now act like women, and they just want more. Bring back the patriarchy. I want to stay at home. I want to take care of my kids. What do you mean buy you flowers? What do you mean pay for dinner?
Welcome to the new world.
What do you mean 50-50? What is that? I don't believe in that. I want a man to take care of me.
So you want to be a housewife?
I want to be a housewife.
Okay.
Yeah.
The old traditional way?
Traditional. I'll do it. I don't mind. I'll do it.
All right, let's say you meet the guy that does all that. Like, he's willing to take you in, and you basically be the woman to take care of everything.
Yeah.
Now, does he got complete control over you? Like saying, like, all right, delete your Instagram. You can't be dressing all slutty out in the streets.
Here's my thing. I'm not gonna be dressing all slutty and like having Instagram. If I found the one and he gives me everything I need, he doesn't even have to ask me for that. I already did it.
I like this one. You'll delete it?
Oh yeah, for sure. Without him even having to ask.
What about he wants to every time?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. For sure. Yeah. 100%. 100%. If he provides for me, he's a good husband. He's loyal. Everything. He's good to our kids. What more could you ask for in a man? That's what I need. I need to provide.
And you know what's wild? Yeah, she comes across like she's lived in the US her entire life. But I just talked about that. What is she? She is an import, right? And even if she wasn't, she's one with a traditional mindset. And that's what she wants, a traditional man. And there are men out there willing to do it, right? Like to my wife, I pay everything, 100%. I'm a traditional man. And I would rather it that way. Because it's true, like the other lady said. And like even the other brother said, I like to be able to have it my way. And I'll have it no other way. That's a 1950s man.
The lady who recently got engaged that said, y'all told me not to pack his lunch. Y'all told me not to fold his clothes. Y'all told me not to cook for him. Y'all told me not to pay for dates. And she flashes her ring. Take me through there. Take me through there. Right? Now I see so many women saying, well, sis, if you want to be an executive assistant for the rest of your life, be that. But make sure that when you marry a man because he loves who you are and not what you can do for him. And what I find funny is y'all understand that part of who we are as women is typically a nurturing, caring woman, a woman who is supportive, a woman who is a cheerleader, a woman who inspires and motivates. Literally, biblically, it says that we are the helpmeets. We're the neck. We are here to fill in the gap. And that may look like folding clothes because that man has worked 14 shifts straight. It may look like packing his lunch because he has picked up a double. It may look like taking the time to pray over that man. It may look like using that good degree that you got to help that man's business flourish. Your personality speaks through your actions. Just like these men who y'all say y'all want to be providers, how can he show you he is a provider? He has to provide. So how can you show that you're going to be a supportive wife? You have to show him by being a supportive girlfriend. Now, I'm not saying do all of the things, but ain't nothing wrong with giving a preview, a little 30-second trailer to what the 2-hour movie gonna look like, right? Y'all better stop taking advice from people who are single and have no desire to be in a relationship.
Shout out to her. That's life of the Ashling right there. I gotta give her props, right? You know why I shout her out? She made a smart assumption. She made the same assumption that I made. And just like every other man that probably watches my content makes, right? And people that have a head on their shoulders. Most likely, you can tell from when she said, pack the man's lunch, do this and do that. You know, she assumed that that man is the man doing all of the work in the home, bringing all of the money in the home, paying all of the bills in the home, just like I did. Why would she not do that for him? She has to show that man she wants to marry him. And I hope, and I'm sure that's what may have happened, she spoke to one of the OGs, right? Because I'll tell you this, if she would have contacted me and said, hey, Unc, I got a man that providing me everything. What should I do? You know what I would have told her? Exactly what she did. I would have. Because that's how she's going to show him. And you know what you got to do nowadays for men? Show and prove. Especially if he's providing. Show and prove. And most of these ladies are not doing it. Make it make sense.
Who decided that men get their plate first when it's time to eat?
Something tells me this conversation is gonna go to Lulu, but let's hear her out.
Why isn't it kids, mom, then dad? Why the would dad get the biggest piece of chicken when all he did was go to work?
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
No shade. Like, who? I mean, of course you can be the one who's making the money.
Wait a damn minute. I ain't about to let that slide. Y'all peep how she just dismissed the fact that this man is the only one making the money for the whole house and putting food in the kids' mouth, which the kids may not even be his.
But why would you eat before the kids?
Where's my sandwich?
And then why would you eat before me?
Because he bought the damn food that you talking about eating. If y'all mutually agree that the kids eat first, that's y'all thing. But, lady, either you eat with him or he gets his motherfucking plate.
You're goddamn right.
Are you doing? Yeah, that's the patriarchy.
You can't make this shit up. Translation, that's those traditional values that I probably didn't get taught by the people that raised me. Type.
Because I'm a firm believer and my man is not eating before me or the kids.
This is too up for me even to think about.
I'm sorry. Bitch, the kids is getting their first bite. How is it?
We baby kids.
And then I'm getting a second
I'm starving.
And then you get yours.
And the moral of this story is, gentlemen, every man and woman deserves to be first on somebody's list. You should not have to be waiting around to eat your dinner if you bought the food.
That's right, we bad.
Something I thought about. There are not a lot of men on this earth. Let me take that back. There are not a lot of men in this generation that serve women. And I emphasize on the serve because I've dated so many men and also have spoke to a lot of men that are very much not into serving women. It's always, well, what do you bring to the table? Well, what do you have for me? Well, I got you this the other day, now you owe me. It's always that. And it's very sad because only a small percentage of men were raised properly where a woman does what she does, a man does what he does, and y'all come together as a team, as a partnership. There's roles for each side. And trust me, a man is gonna do what he needs to do as long as you do what you gotta do. That's it, that's all. But it's the fact that men still seek women to do this for me, pay for this. Oh, you forgot about this. Open your own door. Like, just crazy stuff. And that's not how I was raised.
Yeah, I understand. You wanted to go back. A lot of guys are young. They haven't learned those ways. They haven't seen those ways. And also, what you have to understand, and I don't know you, ladies, and also maybe even you are not showing those ways. And we've talked about it all through the video. Like the last lady thought she didn't have to serve a man the big piece of chicken first. You serve the man first. That's what it's about. And what it is men don't see that nowadays. All men see is heartbreak and roses and sunflower seeds. Sour, salty, nonsense. And you already know roses got thorns on them. Everything is pain. All men see is pain. Divorce, breakup. You understand men are flying to other countries? Things changed. And why have things changed? Because the ladies changed.
Provider man, and they get one and they can't handle it because they don't understand that he has to spend a lot of his time working and spending time to be able to provide. This is why it's important to always have your own things going on. So you never want to make your relationship the center of your entire life, because at that point you are depending on that person for happiness and you're putting way too much pressure on him. You should never rely on another person for happiness. Happiness has to come from within, and fulfill your life with several different things that fill your own cup and make you happy. Like going to the gym, reading, like, I don't know, going on walks, working, finding something you love. Fill your life with different things. And understand that if you want this type of man, you have to give him the time to work, and you can't be mad when he can't spend all of his time with you. If you want some broke guy that has nothing going for him, okay, congratulations, he'll make you the center of his universe. And then what, you're gonna have to be paying his bills? That doesn't sound too good to me. And at the same time, he needs to find a healthy balance of working and also being present in the relationship, because there is a balance between, you know, working super hard and also being a workaholic and not giving your relationship the energy that it needs. It's definitely a balance that needs to be discovered, and with time and with understanding, it can be.
Yeah, and that's the other thing, and that's big, what she's talking about. You know, a lot of ladies, they want the man to make the bag, and then he does, and then he doesn't have time for me, and then they end up leaving that man. It's crazy. I see it all the time on the internet. I had a man, he just worked. And a lot of times you got a guy like that, he may be a dirtbag, right? You see it all the time. He was banging the secretary and I left him. But he paid for my mansion. They had everything. They got everything they want. And I'm not saying it's okay. Cheating is far from okay. But they want a man to give them all of their time. He's paying your bills, ladies. Just relax. Find some hobbies. Stay fit. Stay fit. Stay in the gym like she said.
Man, I'm just over here thinking, right? I feel like it should be against the law for bitches to ask niggas for money if y'all ain't fucking. I ain't your baby daddy. I ain't your boyfriend, sugar daddy, none of that. How the fuck I just met you at the club 2 hours ago? You asking me, telling me about how you don't know what you gonna do tomorrow, how you gonna pay your bills, can you send me this? Bitch, I don't even know you like that. Think about it. I don't know you from Jack and Jill went up the hill, like, bitch, and you telling me I gotta pay your rent, your phone bill, kids need school supplies. Where they daddy at? Why you telling me that your kids need school supplies for? I don't even know them bad. I feel like the only time a bitch should ask me for money is if I done hit already. If I hit, I feel like I owe you some money. Brother, I take you on a date, buy you an outfit, get your hair done, nails did. Like, I'm fine with that. But I'm not fine with is I've never been in your house. I only seen you one time. I don't know about you. You might be married for all I know. And you asking me to pay some bills. Let's get for real, bro. Go find you a simp.
Real talk.
For the life of me, can somebody please tell me how I can stop ending up on the side of TikTok with women who hate men? I just saw an entire video of a woman talking about women not wanting men anymore. And then the little search at the bottom was women not wanting families. Who? I'm gonna tell y'all why this world that we live in is evil. Not the person who made the video, but society, how it's overall under the manipulation of very strong demonic spirits. People are supposed to have families. We were not made to live alone. We were made as human beings for dependency. A woman should want to be with a man. And the proof that you want to be with a man is that you keep sleeping with him. There's an entire group of women who say, oh, we don't need men, we don't want men, I ain't my grandma, I ain't my great grandma, I don't need no man taking care of me, da 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 da. Okay, that's cool and all. I don't want to be a wife, I don't want to have kids. Okay, that's cool and all. If you don't want to be a wife and you don't want to have children, stop doing that one thing. And I'm telling you to stop doing that one thing because maybe you have a call of abstinence over your life. Maybe you thrive more in purpose if you are not married to another person. But if you have no intentions on being married, having a family, being with a man, you should not have any sexual relations with one either. And the majority of women who be on that side of the internet in the comments saying yada yada yada, that's not your reality. This narrative of women no longer needing men is not okay. In the video, she was saying, because we no longer need men because now us as women, we're the head of household. That's not okay. Now, it's very sad that in the society that we live in modern day, a lot of women have been manipulated, taken advantage of, all of these other things, and put in position to where they had to raise families by themselves. But that should not be the normal. Too many of y'all parents then got left by y'all daddy that y'all think that it's normal. A woman is not supposed to be the head of a household. It's out of order. Now, as a woman, you can be single. You can live your life strictly dedicated to you and God. But if you have a household, meaning other people in it, should I even say more?
What she was going to say is you are supposed to have a man.
There are a lot of men who, if you ask them, do you want a Rolls Royce or would you prefer a Honda? They would say, I want a Rolls Royce. But the thing is, even if they were to be gifted a Rolls Royce, they would not be able to maintain that vehicle. And the same is true for women. If you just give yourself to a low effort man, he will run you into the ground just like he would run that Rolls Royce into the ground.
Girlies, why are we still comparing ourselves to objects in 2025? I don't understand. Like, I get it. You want a provider man. You want a man that is going to take care of you. But don't make it seem like you can't maintain yourself unless you genuinely can't. And that in that case, you're just a broke bitch, and just say that. But don't put it out there like the rest of us, we need somebody to come along and maintain us. Otherwise, we're just going to sit at the dealership while somebody else. Like, what? Girl, bye. It's so tired. It's so annoying. The fact, like, is this what men talk about when they're like the infantilization of women? Because this is this I'll do. Stop. You are not something that needs to be maintained by some kind of outside entity. You are an adult. You are your own person. You should be able to maintain yourself. Now, if you want to wait till somebody else can maintain you in order for you to date anybody, feel free to do that. But I think you're going to be alone for quite some time. So you might as well get very comfortable at that dealership that you at, shawty, because chances are you ain't moving.
Answer's coming.